And it might be haunting some SaaS sales leaders lately, and that is the topic of product-led growth versus traditional SaaS sales. So we want to talk today about whether or not PLG is killing sales teams. I don't think that it is. Whether or not it is upsetting sales teams, we think that it probably is. Or if there's room for both a direct sales organization and a PLG motion, and what's happening out there.
Yeah, and this kind of really it's home for us because we met and worked together over in Cloudinary, which was pure PLG company when we joined it, with really few sales reps that did some things over there and not really a clear kind of motion of how to do it kind of thing. And there was a strong philosophy of no, the product says itself, and you just swipe the card and the money flows in, and do we even need salespeople?
Yeah, and then I think that they realized that they did, and part of the reason that you and I were brought onto the team was that the company was just leaving tons of money, literally millions of dollars on the table by not having sales involved in the process. And you and I came in to really shift that shifted from like a purely PLG led motion to building out an enterprise sales team. And we basically did that from scratch. And now it's kind of interesting. It seems like when I still talk to people there, like they're starting to think about moving back towards more of a PLG type of motion and really focus on kind of growing SMBs there. So interesting.
Yep. Yeah, and this brings us to the topic of today's conversation. Really, is kind of like what's going on in the whole PLG world and how sales fits into that one. Is it product-led growth, sales-led growth? Where's the growth, and what's leading what? So I think that's a very topical item for us.
So I think that that's good. Like so if we set the stage and people say, when you hear the term PLG, what exactly are they talking about? Like what's going on? What does product-led growth really mean?
So it's funny because I think the first notion is that product-led growth is product sells itself, right? The users sign up and they put the credit card and boom, we got revenue going, and you don't need salespeople, you don't need anything. And it's like, and you think about these companies that started off with this, like Atlassian's and Notion and others. This is it. This is, free money kind of thing.
Right. But that's where everybody loves free money. But it's where things get really sticky, especially for sales leaders when they hear their company is going to dip their toe into PLG, or they are looking for a job right now and they're thinking about a PLG-led organization. It's not uncommon for them to go like, oh my God, like, is this going to upset my job? Am I out of a job as a result of this? Like, what do I do? We're going to PLG. Stuff is going to be free. We don't need sales team anymore. Nightmare stuff.
And it's exactly kind of that problem of you hear that, then you kind of freak out. And a few things, I think, first of all, PLG doesn't mean there's no sales. It means it's a different configuration. And I think you have to be kind of conscious to it. I would add one more to it. It's people freak out, especially in sales, when you hear PLG, and because of two reasons. One, there's a feeling of a value diminished for salespeople. It's like, oh, we don't need sales anymore. Finally, we figured out the formula. Not needing one. And the other one is the felt of there's lost opportunity, right? Things that should be going through this get somehow stuck, and probably we'll get in and dive into the mechanics of PLG and sales and how it should work together. But I think these are the two things that really freak out everybody in sales when there's a PLG discussion kind of bubbling up.
But it doesn't mean like you're completely getting rid of the sales organization, right? Like it means like sales just shows up a little bit later, and hopefully they're showing up in a smarter way. And you're cold call, and a lot of times you're cold calling, not even cold calling. You're talking to people who are warm, who are already using the product. Hopefully they're getting value out of it, which in theory should make everybody's life a lot easier.